This video compilation of 2024 prophecies starts with Edgar Cayce's predictions. In 1931, he predicted that the global economy would bounce back by spring 1933, which it did. Then in January 1934, he foresaw Hitler's rise to power in Germany. Hitler indeed became the Führer later that year in August. Cayce also mentioned that he would stay in power until a war from outside would overthrow him. In 1935, he predicted the start of World War II, envisioning an alliance between Austria, Germany, and Japan. But he also said it would involve many countries. In 1938, he spoke about finding parts of temples under the sea near Bimini, off Florida's coast. He suggested this could be the rising of Atlantis in 1968. Sure enough, 30 years later, in 1968, the Bimini Road was discovered in the Bahamas. Cayce described Atlantis as an ancient civilization as large as Europe with advanced technology, which he said disappeared in the Atlantic Ocean about 1,000 years ago due to a massive flood. This ties in with the flood myths present in many civilizations, which often date back 1,000 years. Among his most striking predictions was that the 40th president of the United States would be African American, a prophecy fulfilled with the election of Barack Obama. In his later years, Edgar Cayce made a chilling prediction about his own death. He prophesied he would be buried in 4 days, a prediction that came true to the day, adding a final eerie note to his extraordinary life. He foresaw a series of events that would reshape the Earth's geography and climate. Edgar Cayce made some big predictions about how the world map will change. He said that Africa will split into 3 parts because of a new waterway forming as the Nile gets wider and the Red Sea grows. This will make Cairo disappear under the sea. Asia will see huge changes too. The ocean will cover land from the Philippines to Japan as the Pacific Plate moves. Japan will mostly sink, leaving only a few small islands, and Taiwan and most of Korea will be lost to the sea. China's coastline will move inland a lot. He also said people in India shouldn't try to go to higher land inside the country because the land will buckle. They should go to the high mountains in Tibet and Nepal instead. Antarctica will change from being icy to green and fertile. Australia will lose about a quarter of its land to flooding, turning the Adelaide area into a sea and making deserts like Simpson and Gibson into farmland. New Zealand will get bigger and connect to Australia, becoming one of the safest places. Europe will face big changes too. Most of Northern Europe, including Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Denmark, will sink and become many small islands. A lot of the UK from Scotland to the English Channel will go under the sea, but some small islands like London and Birmingham will survive. Ireland will almost totally disappear except for some high land. Russia will get separated from Europe by a new sea formed by the merging of the Caspian, Black and Baltic Seas stretching to Siberia. Russia will become Europe's main food supplier. In Canada, the coastline will move in by 200 miles and regions like Quebec, Ontario, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and parts of Alberta will become safe places for refugees. The North American plate moving will create new islands off California's coast, almost 150 of them. Coastal areas from Maine to Florida will be flooded, and Mexico's coast will be underwater too. The Baja coast of California will turn into a bunch of islands. This huge change will displace and even kill billions of people. Now let us talk about the predictions by Craig Hamilton Parker. Craig Hamilton Parker, dubbed as the new Nostradamus, accurately foresaw key events such as the UK's Brexit, Donald Trump's victory in the 2016 elections, and even the advent of the COVID-19 pandemic. He also accurately predicted the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. In his predictions for America's political landscape in 2024, Craig predicts a troubling scenario for Joe Biden, where he is removed from power close to the election. This will lead to a brief tenure for Kamala Harris as president and a scramble for a new Democratic candidate. Joe's removal will be due to health issues and possibly scandals related to Hunter Biden. An unlikely team will emerge for the Democrats, comprising Elizabeth Warren and Gavin Newsom, who will join forces. He also predicts legal troubles for Hunter Biden, leading to jail time but not in 2024. Robert F. Kennedy will rise politically not in the 2024 elections but potentially as a serious candidate in a future election. There will also be a threat to one of the candidates' lives during the election period. Nancy Pelosi will fail to be re-elected in 2024, and Julian Assange and Edward Snowden will be pardoned by the Biden administration as a preemptive move before another party takes the initiative. Regarding Trump, Craig does not see a jail sentence for him, but he will experience a health scare before the elections, which will not impede his campaign. Craig predicts that Donald Trump will win the November 2024 election, though there will be attempts to delay or stop the election through legal challenges or crises surrounding Joe Biden. Despite these obstacles, Trump's victory will be aided by a shift in the black vote towards him, influenced by his outreach efforts and the support of a prominent black female figure. Moving to energy issues, Craig foresees power shortages and blackouts in the U.S., particularly in California and Texas. The states will experience infrastructure damage due to natural disasters like hurricanes, which would affect critical energy-producing facilities. There will be major earthquakes in the U.S., particularly along the West Coast. This would affect areas from Oregon to Mexico City. He predicts 2 earthquakes with separate epicenters causing significant damage to infrastructure, but not leading to a complete disaster scenario. As for the immigration issue, there will be an increase in the influx of illegal immigrants into the country, particularly as the elections approach, and this will impact the political landscape, ultimately costing Joe Biden and the Democrats the presidency. Furthermore, there will be public unrest and movements against immigrants, with the police stepping back and even going on strike. This will lead to a breakdown in public order. There will also be a major police corruption scandal during this time, and the army will need to intervene due to the police force's inability to maintain order and stop the looting and attacks on migrants. New York will face a huge homelessness problem and a breakdown in medical systems, with streets filled with homeless gangs and increased violence. There will be societal polarization in America, leading to a shift towards a more authoritarian government, moving away from what he describes as woke extremes. America will eventually find a middle way after undergoing significant turmoil. In terms of healthcare, Craig foresees a high alert situation due to an epidemic of existing diseases like tuberculosis emerging, particularly from homelessness. This, he says, will primarily affect places like New York. In the entertainment industry, Craig foresees a tragic event involving the death of a female celebrity in a fire. There will be a shift in Hollywood and the media industry, as the industry will move away from extreme political correctness due to laws that will be introduced under a Trump presidency in 2024. Economically, the American economy will struggle in 2024, with the dollar being weak and a volatile stock market. There will be soaring oil prices and a significant oil shortage. Caution should be taken with cryptocurrency investments, particularly in March 2024. There will be a banking crisis due to Chinese misuse of artificial intelligence, temporarily halting the banking system. Major American brands will face crises and potential buyouts by foreign companies. Despite these challenges, there will be an increase in military spending and a successful U.S. mission to the moon, which will include a female astronaut. There's going to be some talk from NASA giving us some hints of alien life possibly on the moon. Whatever it is they found on the moon will make everybody question if we are alone, and this will go viral on Twitter and other social media. In the realm of social media, Craig sees significant changes coming to Twitter as Elon Musk will introduce features that would make the platform more interactive, but this will raise concerns about the influence of artificial intelligence. Moving on to Craig Hamilton Parker's predictions for Canada in 2024, he foresees significant political and environmental changes. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau will step down before 2025 due to a corruption scandal involving big bribes from China. Trudeau's career is nearing its end, and a car crash involving people close to him would impact his political career. There will be a worldwide movement away from extreme political correctness. A conservative government will take over in Canada, with Pierre Poilievre becoming the next prime minister before October 2025. Craig also predicts a terror attack targeting a sporting event in Montreal. Canadian troops will be deployed as peacekeepers in a Middle Eastern country, possibly Yemen, indicating a potential shift towards peace in the region. Economically, Canada will face challenges in 2024, though not as severe as in other countries. A new oil field will be discovered in the far north under melting ice, which would support Canada's economy. This discovery, along with a focus on compressed gas, would make Canada a key player in the global energy market. Turning to the UK, Rishi Sunak will cease to be the Prime Minister in 2024, and Jeremy Hunt will stand down close to the general election, causing chaos within the party. A major disruption will occur before the UK elections, making it difficult to predict the outcome. The police will become more powerful in the UK and will start using facial recognition technology and AI in law enforcement. The UK will continue sending asylum seekers to Rwanda and start returning boats of migrants to France. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are predicted to face more challenges. Hamilton Parker foresees a public argument between the two in an event that will likely dominate headlines and stir controversy. Meghan Markle, in particular, is predicted to face a significant setback as her plans to pen a memoir will encounter some serious hitches. Whether these will be legal battles, publication issues, or public backlash, the specifics remain uncertain. Europe will face overwhelming flooding, with London and Germany being particularly affected. Additionally, the River Nile in Egypt will be overwhelmed. There will be fires in Australia, particularly around the capital, Canberra, and a tsunami will affect the Australian coast within the next 3 years. Expect another earthquake in Italy first. The Catholic Church will witness the passing of Pope Francis, and the appointment of a new pontiff will mark the beginning of a new era for the Catholic Church. Next up is the video on Nostradamus' predictions for the year. Nostradamus is a famous French astrologer who lived from 1503 to 1566. All of his predictions are found in his 1555 book titled Les Prophéties, containing 942 quatrains that have been studied for a long time. One notable prophecy by Nostradamus is about a major naval conflict. When the Great Square is completed, a naval battle will ignite the world. Flames will leap up to the sky, and the aggressor becomes the victim. This suggests a major conflict involving naval forces leading to a global crisis, reminiscent of current tensions between the USA and China, especially over Taiwan. In January 2024, Taiwan elected its new president, Lai Ching-te, who is Western-aligned, intensifying the situation. China views Taiwan as a breakaway province and has increased its military presence near the island. The US, a strong ally of Taiwan, has provided military aid, further heightening tensions with China. In another quatrain, Nostradamus mentions the red adversary who will pale with fear, causing trepidation in the great ocean. The red adversary is interpreted as China, which has the largest naval fleet and conducts regular military drills near Taiwan. During the February 2024 Munich Security Conference, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi emphasized peaceful reunification with Taiwan, adding to the high tensions. Another interesting quatrain hints at big changes and new ideas. From the ashes of the old world, a new order shall rise. The people will demand change, and new leaders shall emerge from the common folk. This suggests major social and political shifts driven by grassroots movements. Recent European elections reflect this. In Germany, the far-right AfD gained nearly 16% of the vote, while the CDU-CSU remained the leading party with 30%. In France, Marine Le Pen's RN won over 31%, surpassing Macron's coalition, which got about 15%. These results show growing public dissatisfaction with traditional parties aligning with Nostradamus' prophecy. Another prophecy reads, "In the city of God there will be a great thunder, two brothers torn apart by chaos, while the fortress endures. The great leader will succumb." This suggests significant political shifts in Europe and changes in the church's leadership. Another quatrain predicts the end of an era and the beginning of another within the same sacred walls. With the death of a very old pope, a Roman of good age will be elected, of whom it will be said that he weakens his office, but he will sit there for a long time. This foresees the passing of the pope and the rise of a new controversial leader. Pope Francis, now 87, has had health issues, sparking discussions about his potential resignation. The two brothers could symbolize growing divisions within the church over modernizing its stance on social issues. Nostradamus also talked about changes in the British monarchy. The king of the islands will be driven out by force, replaced by one who has no royal blood. This could mean King Charles III might step down due to negative attention and health issues. In February 2024, it was announced that King Charles was diagnosed with cancer, leading to speculation about his ability to continue his reign. Some think this could lead to someone else becoming king instead of Prince William, which would be a significant shift. Nostradamus also predicted potential alien encounters. The beings from above shall descend upon earth, their presence shall be known to all, and the old ways will be challenged by new truths. This has gained interest with recent news. In early 2024, there were over 350 new reports of UFOs, now called Unidentified Aerial Phenomena, UAPs. In February 2024, the U.S. House Oversight Committee held a hearing on these sightings, discussing national security concerns. Another important prophecy is about worldwide economic and environmental catastrophes. The rich shall die many times over, the earth will shake from the west to the east, hunger and thirst, all hope will be lost. He also talked about the impact of technology, where he wrote that, "Man shall build machines that think, and in doing so he will change his fate, but he must guard against their rise, for they shall challenge his very existence." This quatrain is about artificial intelligence, AI, and it highlights both its benefits and risks. The last video is this compilation series is the video on the predictions by Baba Vanga. Baba Vanga's 2024 predictions present a world on the edge of transformation, caught between chaos and innovation. She foresaw a shift in global economics, with power moving from the west to the east. She also predicted an attempt on President Putin, a rapid rise in artificial intelligence, a worldwide economic crisis, and serious geopolitical issues in Europe. Moreover, Vanga envisioned groundbreaking medical breakthroughs that could make incurable diseases like cancer a thing of the past. She even hinted at possible alien encounters. Are we prepared to face these challenges in 2024? Let's explore these prophecies further. Born as Vangelia Pandeva Dimitrova, on October 3, 1911, Baba Vanga was from the small village of Strumica, now in North Macedonia. She lost her sight at a young age and developed a remarkable ability to predict future events with precision, earning her the nickname Nostradamus of the Balkans. Her prophecies have been both astonishing and unnerving, from foreseeing the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991 to the tragic events of 9/11. Vanga predicts a tumultuous year ahead, with an economic crisis looming. Picture a world where economic power shifts from the west to the east, disrupting the balance we're used to. This shift could trigger a major crisis due to escalating debt levels. Geopolitical tensions could also rise, adding to the turmoil. This economic upheaval could affect everyone, wiping out life savings, causing businesses to collapse, and pushing nations to the brink of economic collapse. In the political arena, Vanga foresees an attempt on Putin, and we think such an event could cause global instability. She also predicts a significant increase in terrorist attacks throughout Europe, further heightening global tensions. Additionally, she warns of a potential biological weapons test by a major country, a chilling prospect given the devastating potential of such weapons. However, not all of Vanga's predictions are bleak. She also envisions significant medical breakthroughs in 2024. She predicts the invention of a new treatment for Alzheimer's disease, offering hope for those affected by this condition. She also foresees a cure for cancer, a monumental achievement that could save countless lives and end the suffering of millions. In technology, Vanga predicts the rise of artificial intelligence, surpassing human capabilities in many areas. She also envisions the creation of designer humans through genetic engineering, fundamentally altering the human genetic code. Additionally, she speaks of changes in Earth's orbit and a powerful asteroid strike which could bring significant shifts in our climate and ecosystem. Despite these advancements, Vanga warns of the darker side of technology, with unethical surveillance becoming prevalent, making privacy a luxury. She also predicts rising sea levels and a massive solar storm that could disrupt our technology and daily life. As we approach the end of 2024, it's crucial to keep these predictions in mind. Whether they come to pass or not, they remind us of the potential challenges and triumphs that lie ahead. Here, we are committed to exploring these topics and journeying into the future with you. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. We will see you in our next video.